how do you feel about the fact that, according to the New York Times, Monsanto's attorney, Seth P. Waxman, a former Solicitor General, received a far warmer reception and, quote, was allowed to talk uninterrupted for long stretches, which is usually a sign of impending victory. What do you think about that?
I'll just go ahead and say that I feel that that is highly suspicious and should be considered very suspect. And I think it is a sure sign of corruption within the judicial system, and is evidence that probably all, at least some, if not all of the justices, at least the ones that probably normally wouldn't have voted the way they did, were bought off, or threatened even, in one way or another, in order to vote the way that they did. And in addition to those, as my final thoughts, I just want to make sure to say, if you want to defeat Monsanto and prevent our country from falling into the ruins of Hunger Games, if you want to keep our food supply from being completely controlled by a monopolized corporation, then do not buy from them. Okay? Don't buy from food. Don't buy food that is from Monsanto. It'll take some research, because obviously food packaging usually doesn't have subsidiary of Monsanto written right on it, but it is worth your time and effort to find out what companies do buy from Monsanto, so you can stay away from those food sources.
I agree with you and Ree 100%. That it is basically corruption. Until we get money out of politics, this is what we're going to have to accept as a social norm within our system. This has been going on for a long time. I'm glad to see that there are a lot more people that they're starting to become more analytical as to, and being more politically aware of what's going on within the courts and the judicial system. But wolf-pack.com, and that's my final thoughts.
All right, Andrew, let's get your final thoughts on this.
All right, well, this is just another good, great, amazing reason to get money out of politics. And also, if you could maybe do like a link about, I mean, there was just recently this big article in Salon about how Monsanto basically had their guy write their own bill that got passed that protects them from being sued, I guess, when people grow like 3 heads or whatever. So.
The Monsanto Protection Act.
Yeah, exactly.
So now they can sue you, but you can't sue them for anything.
Exactly.
Get money out before we grow 3 heads.
All right. Those are some great final thoughts. As far as the Supreme Court thing, it's deeply, deeply troubling that our supposed liberal justices are, voting for this big corporation. Now, to be fair, Justice Kagan, who did the majority decision, did say that it didn't apply to everything that self-replicates. Well, gee, how merciful of her, But seriously, when it comes to the rest of my final thoughts, I just want to say that I just think it's incredibly troubling to see a handful of big companies now controlling so much of the world seed market. And it's even more troubling due to the fact that the patenting the seeds around the world has caused a lot of suicides, especially in India. And that's something a lot of people don't know. So many people in India have had their lives ruined by these Monsanto patents, and because they've gone so broke when it comes to the really high price of seeds and a lot of these laws that prevent them from reusing second-generation seeds, and of course the rampant lawsuits coming from Monsanto towards these small farmers. Now, it's also troubling, at least to me, of course, to see that our highest court is siding so much with big corporations to punish farmers for doing what they've done for pretty much since the dawn of civilization. Okay? And really, when I think about that, I think of an old Native American proverb. It says, "Humankind has not woven the web of life, but we are but one thread within it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect." I really hope that us as a nation, us as of people really, we can come to realize that massively important fact. We are all connected, and what we do to each other affects us all. And those are my final thoughts.
Check out our new Facebook page for TYT Community, also facebook.com/TYT Community.
And also follow our show on Twitter at TYT Community, and that's on Twitter. And please subscribe to our channel, www.youtube.com/TYT Community. Help us get to 500 subscribers and help us become a TYT network partner. And please tweet us stories about what you want us to cover, what you want us to talk about. Join the conversation. We would love to have more TYT fans, more TYT members join us here on this panel debating the issues. We want the TYT Army involved.